Hi everyone and welcome in this new video. In this video we are going to talk about functions and more precisely the basics function. So a function is one of the most important things in programmation and in Python. Function is like a variable. You need to master it. A function is very helpful when you have to do the same code, you have to apply a code, but to multiple times. For example, if you want to compute the mean of a time series, but for 1000 time series, you are not going to do a copy-paste 1000 times to do exactly the same code, but with a little modification. So to fix this issue, you are going to use a function. Let me show you a little example. So to define a function, you need to use the def operator. Then you put a space and you put the name of your function. So my function, and you open parentheses even if your function has no needed parameters, and then you put the parameters, so the input of the function. For example, in our example of compute the mean for many time series, the input will be the time series. So parent 1, parent 2, parent 3. Then you put double point and you go to the line and you need to have an indentation. Then you can create for your function a docstring. A docstring is very important. Why? Because if you work with a very specific project and you create some function, you need to do a documentation of your new function for you. If you read the code again, but 1 year later, for example, and for the other people which want to see your code, for example. So it's very important to tell what the function do, because if you have, for example, 100 function, it will be very impossible to understand all the function without a documentation. And then here we are not going to put a documentation because we create a very specific and easy function. So this function just do the sum of the three inputs. And to use a function, it is very easy. So you just need to put the name of the function, the parentheses, and the input that you want to give in the function. And then in return, we have 6 because 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. But sometimes it's very helpful to set default setting in our function. So for example, if I take this function and for any reason, sometimes I have just this parameter, and if I want, I can set default parameter for the parent 2 and the parent 3. It means that if I use this function, I can use it putting the value that I want for parent 2 or parent 3. But if I remove the value of parent 2 and parent 3, automatically Python put 3 for the parent 2 and 6 for the parent 3. So if I run this code, we have 1 plus 3, so 4, plus 6, so 10. So if I change this, we will have another result. So it is important really to understand the power of the function. And for this video, I really invite you to see it again and go on the Discord forum to ask some question about function if you are not comfortable with this notion.